you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all time. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much. It's been 150 days, expositions. It's been 150 days, saying one thing or the other, guiding you, telling you what to do and what not to do. Finally, here are we. Tomorrow, it's going to kick off. Things are going to change. The sky is going to change. The wind is going to change. The air that you breathe is going to change. How prepared are you? How prepared are you? Prepare your mind for what is coming. I am not speaking to you to get you scared. Neither am I speaking to you to get you happy. I'm telling you about the reality of life. What is about to happen. Prepare your mind. It is going to get really, really bad before it gets good. It's going to get tough before it gets good. And as I have always said, freedom doesn't come cheap. I saw a video that I watched online. I saw one video that one of our brother in the United States made. I think that should be Malcolm X. When Malcolm X was asked, when he was advising the black people to fight for their freedom in the United States, he sailed them and until they began to fight for their freedom, until they stopped waiting for somebody to hand them over freedom in a platter of gold, they will never have freedom. He told them that if you expect somebody to fight your freedom and give to you, it means you are not yet free. Malcolm X was speaking. He said, when you call somebody to come and fight for your own freedom, when that person fights for that freedom and give to you, you are not yet free. You are still in captivity. That not until you are ready to pay the sacrifice of freedom, that and only then and only then will you be sure that you are ready to be free. Every Biafra must be ready to pay the sacrifice for freedom. And when Malcolm X was asked, what is the sacrifice of freedom? Do you know what he answered? Do you know what he answered? He said, death. It is deep. Malcolm X said, death. That word is deep. Not until you make the world know that you can give your life for your freedom. Nobody's going to take you freedom. Nobody's going to take you serious. Until you are ready to lay your life down for your freedom, you will not be taken serious. You won't be free. Every Biafran watching across the world, wherever you're watching me from, prepare yourself and prepare your mind for what is coming. You must get ready. That word that Michael X used was very, very deep. And that is how strong getting freedom is. That is how tough it is. So it is not enough to come online and say you want freedom. It is not enough to come and shout, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. It is not enough to shout and say, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took a lot. In case you have forgotten. The kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took a lot from the contraption called Nigeria. They committed so many atrocities, so many crimes. They breached so many laws to go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and kidnap him. They took those risks and they damned the consequence. Do you think after going to that length to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the zoo, you think they will just leave him in a platter of gold? You think they will just hands off and say, go? They violated international laws. Not laws. They violated African charter laws. The caliphate violated Nigerian law itself. All in the name of getting an innocent man. I was Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. And you think after taking all those risks that they're going to leave him on a platter of gold? You are a joker. That is why you should pay attention to what Malcolm X said. That not until you are willing to lay your life down for your freedom, forget it, you're not ready. And people will not take you serious. Today, we are in the era where the Biafrans are ready to lay their life down for their freedom. Mazi and Nekana have been speaking for a very long time online, talking to people, talking to everyone, telling us how prepared Biafrans are. Some people took us for a joke. They take us for granted. They thought we were playing, we are joking. Today, here are we. You are going to see more. Mazi and Nekana warn them and say, let Biafrans go. If you do not let Biafrans go, the contraption called Nigeria will be worse than Somalia. He said that word. They never believed him. He warned several times, let my people go. The only thing we have been asking for all this while is referendum. Allow my people to make their choice. That is all we ask. Allow my people to make their choice, to decide their fate. We don't want to be slave to anybody because we are freeborn. We know who we are. Who created us, made us freeborn. And every Biafran, anybody that is living in the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast with the lower Benue, we know very, very well that we are freeborn. That is why you see us, we are very loud. We don't keep silent when things are going wrong. You can't cage us. Forget about those ones who have been bought over by the caliphate. The true Biafrans that still have the unadulterated blood of Biafra flowing in their vein, they don't keep silent when things are happening. They can never be in a place where evil is happening and they keep silent. They will speak. It doesn't matter whether you listen or you don't listen. They're going to speak. Every one of them who has put their hand together to keep us down. As in Oji Water when you came, Akabu Wembu, those from Igbo speaking Biafra, you understand what I said. Oji Water when you came, Akabu Wembu, Wetwayana. What will be fear? That if you are holding that which belongs to a child, you are holding it up. You took something from a child, you hold it up, you are holding it up, and that child is crying. A time will come when your hand will become weak. You bring your hand down, and that child will take that which belongs to him. The hour has come. We have waited for many, many years. We have waited for many years for today to come. Finally, here are we. There's no regret for whatever happens. Whatever be the end, whatever be the result, there's no regret. At least we fought. But I tell you, we are going to win. It is very, very obvious and sad. We are winning already. Biafrans are winning already. That is why you see chaos everywhere. You see them running helter-skelter. You see confusion in their camp. I bumped into a video that one of the prophets in that Zoological Republic made. One of the prophets, one of the prelates, one of those prelates of one of the spiritual churches. I saw a video that he made, and he was telling them that video was made yesterday, about some hours ago. See, yesterday. In that video, that man was saying the revelation that Nigeria is not ready for anything called election. That if these people who are presenting themselves as pretending they knows what is good for them, they should come together and talk about referendum. That is the only way to go. A prophet was saying that in that Zoological Republic. That the only way to go is for these people who claim to love their people very well, who claim to bring a new level for you. They want to build the economy. They want to build security. That the only thing they should do if they truly love the people in that contraption called Nigeria. Every one of them that is a key contestant should come together, talk about referendum. Let the people decide their fate. After then and then, you can now talk about election. He said it in a clear terms that Nigeria is not ready for election. For Biafran people, we are not part of it. We have said it for a very long time. The man that said this word is in Izu, a very popular prophet. In one of those spiritual, one of these, I've forgotten his name. In his own words, he didn't miss word when he said it. He wasn't biting his tongue when he was saying it. He said it in clear terms for everybody to hear. I wish I could be able to lay my hand on the video and play it so that you can be able to see it. That the coast is clear for Biafra to go. Spiritually, we are home already. We have won the battle spiritually. Spiritually, we have won the battle. Forget about all these their fake pastors that are parading themselves, who cannot see beyond their nose. Those of them who claim to be prophets and pastors, who cannot see beyond their nose. They can't see what is even at their backyard. They only read their own mind and the desire of the people and begin to follow it. They push their own agenda and what they see and what they think. Not the mindset of Chukwu Abiyama. The people that can be able to see the heart of Chukwu Abiyama, the people that can be able to read the word of Chukwu, can be able to prophesy the words of Chukwu Abiyama, know that the time has come for the children of Chukwu Abiyama to go. They know. They know that the end has come for the zoo. They know that the end has come. You can't escape it. In 2023, it is time to free everyone that is in captivity in that zoological republic. All the ethnic group, all the indigenous people that have been made endangered species in that contraption. It is time to let them go. Chukwu Abiyama made it that it is this year. And you can't change it. You see those who claim to be propagating the gospel of Chukwu Abiyama, still yet they are fighting against the will of Chukwu Abiyama unknowingly. That is how blind most of them are. You need to listen to that very clearly, how when he talked about them, talk to them, that they are all blind. They see nothing. All they see is their personal desire, their personal agenda. That is what they see. That none of them is qualified. None of them is qualified. And none of them is going to be there. A clear message. I have never seen any prophecy as clear as that. I have never seen, since all this wild, all this madness, all these mad people, I have never seen any prophet or prophecy as clear as this very one I'm telling you about. I wish I could be able to lay my hand on it again. It's not very close to me. I wish I could be able to get it out and play it so they can hear. Maybe after this program, I will share it on my platform. I will share it so that you can listen to it. The coast is clear for us to go, and we are going. My question to you today, a Biafran that is watching, how prepared are you? More especially if you are in Biafra land. How prepared are you? It is tomorrow. Tomorrow is here already. It is no longer all this while. We have been counting for 150 days. Today, finally, here are we. Entering into the time. Are you going to say you are not told? Are you going to say that you are taken unawares? Are you going to say that you don't be carried along? Are you going to say you are not informed? Just like some of them always come and say, you didn't consult us, you didn't tell us. Consult you about your own freedom. Consult you about your own freedom to free you. You should be ashamed of yourself to talking about consultation. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because wherever freedom is mentioned, as a human being that has breath, you're supposed to be there. Whenever a freedom that concerns you is mentioned, even if it doesn't concern you, once it has to do with people being free, as a human being that has feelings, has conscience, you must be there to contribute your own quota. As long as it has to do with freedom. That is how important freedom is. Any place you're watching this program from, I bet you, if you are a Biafran, thank your star that you are able to see this freedom coming. But at the same time, send your calls, make your preparations for the days ahead. It is going to be tough. It's going to be rough. But at the end of the day, victory is sure. Absolute victory. It is sure. Already we have started seeing the victory already. We have started seeing the signs of victory everywhere. When you see the way the enemies are crying on daily basis, when you see the way the enemies are unleashing their anger on daily basis, initially they don't take us serious. They say we are miscreant. They call us different kinds of names, just like Mazi Nnamdi. They address him on different kind of derogatory way. They call him a child, a man that is about 50 going to 60. They call him a child. They say he's a miscreant. Call him different kinds of names. Call him a 419. Call him a fraudster. There's no kind of title they never gave him. Including people of his own kindred. We are attacking him. But because he was chosen, he stood his ground. He continued to fight on until today. Even in the dungeon, he still sent a message to us and said, it is tough in here, but I am tougher. And wherever you stand, continue to stand there. Hold it. Hold it there. Hold it there. Don't get down. Instead, climb up the more. That was the message of our leader, our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi. And I thank you, Kukukamiya, for the autopiloted IPOB. Autopiloted IPOB, who put the words of Mazi Nnamdi in practice without taking out an inch. Every single word that Mazi Nnamdi have said, we put it in practice. We don't remove, we don't add. We don't remove. Every single instruction he has given, we follow it up. Go and check the template. Everything that our spokesperson, Mazi Simone Ekpa, today is speaking about, the methodology he's following, whatever he's confessing today, are the mandates of Mazi Nnamdi. Undiluted. The mandates of Mazi Nnamdi. That is why you see those ones who want to propagate their own personal self, who want to glorify themselves, they are very uncomfortable. You see them very uncomfortable, complaining from pillar to pole, shouting from pillar to pole. They are jumping from here and there, even joining the enemy to attack their own brother. That is how bad it is. That's how bad it is. They join the enemy. That is why even when they had the opportunity, to defend their people, they did not. When they had the opportunity to tell the world the plight of their own people, they couldn't say it. They lost words. A journalist came to the Biafra land all the way from Finland to tell our story to the world. Somebody who claimed to be the spokesperson of whatever, sacked group. You have the opportunity to redeem yourself and tell the world our story. You didn't. You were busy castigating Mazi Simone Ekpa. You were busy lying to the media, even when the journalist you are talking about has the fact already. Every fact about Mazi Simone Ekpa and how he's connected to IPOB, they are online, not hidden. There was nothing secret about it. Programs that Mazi Nnamdi attended with Mazi Simone Ekpa, they are still online. People who Mazi Nnamdi introduced Mazi Simone Ekpa to, they are still online. Mazi Simone Ekpa registered and took an oath through the direction of Mazi Nnamdi, very confirmed and known, undoubtedly. And yet, you open your gutter mouth to castigate the man who is fighting for your freedom, who is making sure that the supreme leader of IPOB comes out. You throw away that opportunity. But did you see when Mazi Simone Ekpa was interviewed? Mazi Simone Ekpa was interviewed in his own comfort, in his comfort home, where he has the opportunity to say anything he wants to say against anybody or attack anybody he wants to attack. Where he had the opportunity to shred any of you, any one of you, those sacked members, to shred you to pieces. But he never talked about you. He never mentioned you in his interview. Go and look at the interview. It's like you never existed. He was busy bringing the case of Biafra before the whole world. He was busy talking about how Biafrans were dehumanized and killed. You that claim to be with Mazi Nnamdi for donkey years, you couldn't even be able to remind people how 150 Biafrans were murdered simply because they were training, exercising. You couldn't remind that very journalists how people were massacred where they were praying, Biafrans. You couldn't remind that journalist how our school Mazi Nnamdi is languishing in jail without releasing him. You couldn't remind them the number of Biafrans who are in jail, the number of Biafrans who are missing, the number of Biafrans who are being dehumanized, whose home have been burnt, the number of Biafrans whom their businesses have been destroyed. You could not be able to do that. Mazi Simone Ekpa did all that with the little time he had. In all his broadcasts and in all his interview, it has always been about Biafra, making a case for Biafra. It's not even about him. It's not about him. Whatever he's suffering today as blackmail and propaganda and attack is because of Biafra. Because he wants us to be free. Just as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fought. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fought gallantly for more than a decade until those Department of Saboteurs sold him out. They sold him out and he was kidnapped. And he continued to fight, even in there. He continued to fight. From there, he gave us Mazi Simone Ekpa to continue to pilot the affairs of the autopiloted IPOB of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until he comes out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave him that charge. You ignored it. You sealed it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sent a memo. In that memo, he told you, do not respond to Mazi Simone Ekpa, whatever he does. Don't respond to him. Don't attack him. Do not do anything to him. Do not counter whatever he has said. You ignored that very order. And yet, here you are. You were one of those who were preaching command and control, command and control. But now, today, the stage is set. Every one of you that is a saboteur, ranging from those of sacked members, those sacked Department of Saboteurs, and the politicians themselves, every one of you standing against Biafra, the time has come. Get ready for what is coming. You have chosen your path. You have definitely chosen. You had 150